So we'll have bodyguards.com and photobooths.com. Here's the other part. Here's the part that you haven't heard about yet, that we've not shared on this video, and that is the third site. When I started from Thought to Profit, I had an ambitious goal, and that was to create 3 websites, 3 web businesses, $25,000 a month in revenue, all in 6 months, which I knew was going to be an ambitious goal. What I'm realizing, or what I've realized over the last couple months is, I'm a dreamer, love to try new things, I'm an experimenter, and I think all of us dreamers, in order to take that first step, in order to try anything new, not only do we have to be ambitious, we have to be a little naive as well. That's me, a little naive. It's pretty easy to say as of this point, we're not going to reach our big ambitious goal. We're not going to hit $25,000 in revenue over the course of 6 months.
For bodyguards.com, we're continuing to get people signed up. That is going slowly. We're coming off the holidays.
A lot of people right now, I guess with it being December, just aren't looking to add anything right now.
But we do anticipate that that's going to pick up, and we'll continue to add members as we roll through the remainder of January.
It has slowed things down quite a bit. Now that we're in the new year, we're going to be ramping things back up. But realistically, that gives us about 3 weeks, a little over 3 weeks to try to shoot for our goal. We have 1 site launched, and we're at 15 companies, $450 in revenue, monthly recurring revenue, and we're not going to meet our goal. But here's what I plan on doing, and here's what I see happening over the next several weeks and a little past our deadline as well. We're still going to try to shoot to get 2 more sites launched. We're going to try to get all 3 sites launched. Yes, we've had Bodyguards launched for a while. We were putting off launching another site so we can concentrate on bodyguards.com. Matt and I have worked to a schedule to where we believe that we will be able to get the other 2 sites launched. Probably not quite by the deadline, but we're going to see. I told Matt, it's kind of like, hey, if we can get them done by then, let's do it, so we can just check that off as part of the goal that's been met.
But we're in an interesting position where because our sites can basically manage themselves, aside from our site admins, but they can manage themselves so people can sign up naturally, and we're able to focus on developing a full website or 3. So I think we have an advantage over some other companies.
I think we shared the 3 sites. We're going to be bodyguards.com, then we changed it up to photobooths.com. We were going to do weddingphotos.com, but that got booted. And when all is said and done, the 3 sites are actually going to be bodyguards.com, weddingphotos.com, and then we recently acquired helicopterrides.com. That is going to be our 3rd site, helicopterrides.com.
Helicopter Rides is going to be interesting as we build that one out, because it's going to be a little bit different industry. It's going to be probably a smaller one than what we've worked with so far with bodyguards.com and towing.com. But it's one that we're excited about, and seems like there's some great opportunity.
You might hear helicopterrides.com and go, whoa, that's kind of out there. And it is. It's a completely obscure domain, a little niche industry. It is perfect for our business model, and that's what we look for. We don't look for a specific industry. We look for something that contains the domain authority, or that authority to represent an entire industry. When we put helicopterrides.com up against weddingphotos.com, they're both really good domain names. The only thing is weddingphotos.com, it's a great domain, but it's not the marquee. It's not the main domain for that industry. Where helicopterrides.com, if you're going to go for a helicopter ride, helicopterrides.com would be where you would look. It only makes sense. It has that featured on. So if you offer helicopter rides, would you want to be featured on helicopterrides.com? Well, absolutely.
It's something that isn't really out there yet for that industry. We know there's opportunity there, a great chance for growth, but we do also have to be aware that it is a little bit more limited market. Not every city has a helicopter tour or transport service in it. So we know it's going to be a more limited market. We are exploring opening it up not only here in the United States, but really across North America and into parts of Europe and Asia as well. Probably not taking it globally the way we did with bodyguards.com.
So how did we get helicopterrides.com? Back in April, my family and I were in Orlando, Florida. We were eating out dinner, and next to where we were eating, there was a helicopter rides company. I have a 3-year-old daughter, and she just loved watching these helicopters. You know, they'd come down and then they'd go up, and she just helicopter, 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 and she'd see them flying by, and every single time, over and over and over again, she, wanted to point out the helicopters to us. It kind of got me thinking, I'm sitting in Orlando, and what do domainers do when they kind of get an idea? We check to see what domains are available. So right then and there at dinner, I pulled out my phone and checked out to see if helicopterrides.com was available. It was not. It was already owned, of course, but it was for sale, and I put an offer in on it, and that offer was rejected. They wanted significantly more than what I offered. But as I always do when I'm purchasing domain names, I left my offer standing. And that offer was just kind of sitting. The reason why I do that is, as a domain owner, sometimes I want to buy a different domain name, but I'd have to sell something first. Well, by leaving my offer on the table, that domain owner now knows that they can have somebody to purchase that domain at a certain price if they ever need to liquidate that domain name. And that's exactly what happened. Just a month or so ago, I got a call from a domain broker that said, hey, the owner of helicopterrides.com is open to selling the domain name, and we now own helicopterrides.com. So that's going to be our third site going into these last few weeks of From Thought to Profit. Well, the end of From Thought to Profit, on January 25th, it's just kind of our deadline, a deadline we set on ourselves. But I've taken it a step further, and believe it or not, there's actually a photo booths trade show. So in Las Vegas, there is Photo Booths Expo. That takes place in February. I love trade shows for launching websites, just because they allow you to get in front of people and show your product, get feedback, and learn very, very quickly about a new industry. Because realistically, I'm not a photo booth expert. I'm an internet marketing expert. I don't really know that industry specifically, but what I do know is how to find or how to help small businesses get business. This trade show will allow us to learn and launch our new site. So that takes place in February. It gives us a hard date. We have to have photobooths.com launched by that period of time. Actually, a week after that, it just so happens that we found a helicopter-related trade show in Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to show up there and exhibit and launch helicopterrides.com just a week later. So all of this is going to be happening between now and the first week in March. So we're on the clock, and we'll see what happens. Our hope is to launch all 3 sites by the end of January, so I can show up in NamesCon, show up in Las Vegas, and tell everybody, hey, we have 3 sites, and we have some amount of revenue being generated from them. In reality, though, well, you'll just have to wait and see what happens.